Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, along with some influential politicians, including Senator Abdul Ahmed Ningi, a former Cross River State Governor, Liyel, Imoke, and former Sokoto State Governor, Aminu, Tambuwal, recently met with former President Olusegun Obasanjo in Abeokuta. Although Atiku downplayed the meeting's significance, describing it as a courtesy visit, the presence of these key political figures has sparked speculation about potential alliances and strategies for the 2027 presidential election. This meeting is particularly noteworthy given Obasanjo's enduring influence in Nigeria's political landscape. Atiku's continued engagement with prominent stakeholders suggests he remains a major player in the country's evolving political landscape. The alliance between Atiku, Tambuwal, and Imoke may indicate a broader coalition-building strategy, potentially shaping the outcome of the 2027 election. Well, joining me right now is Ibrahim Fatoyinbo. He is a public affairs analyst. He joins virtually from Lagos. Thank you for your time, Ibrahim.
Yeah, you're welcome. Good evening.
All right, let me start by asking you this. Do we still have a strong opposition compared to when we had the PDP in power and the current administration was the opposition? That's the APC. We saw a lot of strategy at play here. But, I mean, do we still have that kind of political opposition as, you know, it was in the past? Or are they sinking?
Apparently, I think you've used the right word. They are sinking already because we don't have a very strong opposition. And if you look at how APC then antagonized and played the opposition role during the period PDP was in power, you will accept that that was opposition, and it made them stood very firm and work assiduously. So they are sinking. I think there's no opposition right now. We saw what happened in the last election, the 2023 elections, that, of course, Nigerians still continue to talk about. We saw a new third force, the Labour Party, emerge through the influence of Peter Obi. We also saw the former Vice President of Nigeria, being the flag bearer for the People's Democratic Party. And right now, we are seeing Atiku and some other key political figures having meetings. We know that some who used to, the word consultation became prominent from last elections. Maybe consulting with another enduring political figure, which is the former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Some are speculating maybe it has to do with 2027. I would like your take on this development. Well, I would like to say that I'll quote from Harold Laswell, a political scholar, that says that politics can be defined as who gets what, when, and how. It's not a bad idea, and it's not fallacy to say that the visit by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar to former President was just a mere visit. It is a strategic visit that makes statement, because you can't just term it as a mere visit. So politically, it's time for consultation and to re-strategize and re-galvanize. Yes, it is important they start doing that, because we still have maybe 1.5 years or 2 years to the next election. And it's not out of place for leaders, politicians, to start visiting different camps just to buy them in. It's not out of place. So,
Ibrahim, but some, talking about it not being out of place, for many Nigerians who observe the political landscape, this is not the first time you're seeing such alliances happen. But the question right now is, how has many of these meetings, consultations, alliances benefited Nigerians? Because over the years, it appears to be more of personal interest, being, I call it, traded here as against the collective good. Do you think that is the case here? Ibrahim, are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm here.
So I asked, do you think that all of these alliances is towards the interest of the collective good, or is it just politicians trying to push their personal agenda?
Well, the truth is, politics is about interest. And when you say for the good of the people, maybe if peradventure they successfully come together, we can have a formidable opposition that can put the current administration or party on their toes for them to be able to properly implement their policies. So maybe if we have them as opposition, it will help. And in turn, it's going to help the common Nigerian. But if you look at politicians generally, it is always about their own interest. Interest is, in capital letters, it's always in their interest. But like I said, if they are able to come together as a coalition and form maybe a political party or existing PDP, hopefully, if they will survive all this tussle happening within their party. Why not? If they are opposition, they will be able to put the current administration on their toes, to discharge, to checkmate them. So that will benefit. Man, but if you...
I think we have a bit of a... we sort of lost you there for a moment. But let me just quickly ask you this. As regards, 2027 per se, there are some indications also as regards the influence of the current administration, across political stratas and even sectors. Some political pundits have said, you know what, there seems to be some sort of state capture at play. You have a bit of the influence of the administration across maybe judiciary, some would say, executive, even legislative, across opposition parties too. So do you think that there's an element of state capture?
Well, you can't just put that aside. This is politics. It's about interest. And if you see this particular administration and the current president is someone that is willing to work with any political party and help them satisfy their interest. So state capturing has always been the strategy of the ruling party. Any ruling party will want to get more states to themselves because of election. So it's not out of place. They will always want to capture. So it's politicking for them to capture states, to get them over, to have more states, because election is coming and you must have 25% across board. Definitely, it's a strategy that they should be getting. The politicians are more canvassers. Anywhere they get to, they want you to come and join them regardless. So it's apparent that there is luring other people and letting them achieve. For example, a governor that needs money to implement some capital project, and they are just telling you that, okay, just align with us, you get certain things done faster. Definitely, they want to deliver. They want their people to see them as a responsible government. Therefore, they will align with the ruling party. And everything, like I said, is about interest. Interest. Because Nigerian politicians or political parties lack ideology. They are not running a party of ideology that they can stand here. It is political prostitution that all of them are into. So there is nothing, at least, if anybody, I'm not sure even we have any one political party. Anybody can wake up one day and see, like, I want to go. We've seen that played out in the Senate. So anybody can just join any party. So it's no, they lack the ideology. So even talking much about them is just like one is wasting time. They are buying, getting parties to themselves, and that's just everything's about interest.
All right. At this point, we'll go on a quick break. Once we return, definitely Ibrahim will pick up. Stay with us. All right, many thanks for staying with us. This, of course, is still Politics HQ on New Central Television. I still have with me Ibrahim Fatoyinbo, is a public affairs analyst, and of course, he joins virtually from Lagos. Thank you for staying with me. Ibrahim, just before I let you go, how would you describe the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu so far?
Well, I will only describe the administration as taking the right step in the right direction. However, my problem with the administration is communication.
Communication?
They need to communication, yes. A lot of people are not really aware of what they are doing and the implication of what they are doing. They just have a lot of communication, this communication that. It doesn't work that way. This information is not getting to grassroots. The administration needs to rekindle its communication strategy. Let us know what you are doing. The implementation.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Ibrahim. Is it really communication? Because I think if it's communication, it's pretty clear enough because Nigerians are feeling the impact of these policies. For instance, the cost of living has gone up.
They are feeling the impact. They are feeling the impact. But let's talk about why are you feeling it? What has led to this? We need to communicate with people. Constant communication. The Agency for Orientation, there's a lot of things to be done. So, yes, the heat is there. You can, Nigeria of today or the economy they inherited is not something that has been flourishing before. We are just packaging the economy since inception, augmenting this, augmenting that, and taking the bull by the horn. We need to face it. It is tough. It's affecting everybody. But my own sincere opinion is that let other government arms, like the governors, let them implement. Look at what is happening in Lagos State. Transportation. Let governors invest in agriculture. So they are getting more money. These are analyses that they are getting more money every month. So all these things are things that will help pushing the effect. But everything is not the federal government that will come down and come and assist. There are transportation that the state government can augment. For example, we have seen people benefiting from their nail fund. I have seen people give testimony that they are receiving this. These are initiatives that can help people. I was talking to where I repaired the person that helped me to repair my wristwatch, and he was lamenting on school fees. And I said, have you heard about this particular? I said, he doesn't know. So they need more communication. It's not rocket science. 2 years, it's not magic. It's not magic. If you want us to be very sincere about Nigeria and leadership, it is not automatic that things will just happen instantaneously.
So you are, just to be clear, Ibrahim, so you are very confident the policies by this administration is steering the country in the right direction, in spite of the current hardship?
Yes. If you ask, it is. If you look at the subsidy, all we want from them is transparency. All this money that you have removed from subsidy, where are you channeling it to? These are things that Nigerians are very wonderful people. They are so easy to govern. Just be transparent with them. This is what is happening.
But I'm going to also ask you, Ibrahim.
This is what we are doing with it.
Ibrahim, how would you explain a situation where someone tells you to endure and keep adjusting, and yet the person is living lavish? This administration has one of the highest, please let me finish, has one of the highest members in its cabinet. And we are talking about the cost of governance here. I mean, that would go up a substantial part of the budget. This administration has embarked on projects that Nigerians have asked, is it necessary? You are renovating quarters of some public officers, and the question we're asking is, where were they staying before now? Was it that bad? Is that a priority? So how do you communicate to people that continue to suffer? Our policies are doing well, yet we can see you looking fresh and living large. Explain. Let me
put it. Every analyst will come here and be very pessimistic about everything. The government is not perfect. But I've always advocated for local government. Let the media put their light, shed their light on local government. I can tell you for a fact that in Lagos State, we can see local government working. What is happening in other states? So everything, I'm not defending, yes, they have their own issues. But I can tell you for a fact that all this hardship that we are facing, the governors, the local governments, look at, okay, now, they are paying the local government directly so that governors will get to us. The major issue, personally, I can be telling you that I'm having is the dollar. It is the dollar. In America, they have the way they live their life. They have policies that guide their own governance too. there are things that they do in terms of renovation or anything. It's because it's just, we are aware of those things. But don't get me wrong. My point here is this. I'm not supporting you to say you have a very large cabinet. Yes, we are facing the challenges, but I want to tackle the issue. Not us just focusing on the federal government alone. Let us focus on the state government and let them be accountable.
All right.
Power is certified totally. We have the exclusive, concurrent, and
Ibrahim Fatoyinbo, I'm afraid we would have loved to continue, but this is the beat time will permit. It's been a pleasure having you on the program. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you very kindly for having me.
Ibrahim Fatoyinbo is a public affairs analyst. Once again, many thanks. Well, that's the beat we can take today. It's been a great one. In case you missed out, you can actually catch up on our YouTube platform. That's at News Central TV. You can also choose to follow us across social media with the same handle on your screen. You can choose to follow me personally at Dakbo, at Digboyi. Until I come your way tomorrow, good night.